Hello, I'm Valerie Morgan with Uncommon Ground News, and I'm here today with Mayor Jason Lary of the wonderful city of Stonecrest. Good to be here with you today, Mayor. How are you?
Same to you, Mrs. Morgan. Same to you.
Well, today, I just wanted to talk to you. Actually, this is a special month. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I see that you have on your pink. You look very
Yes,
nice in your
ma'am.
pink.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice on your pink. And we would just like to talk to you a little bit about your journey. You had some issues with prostate cancer, and I think that we're at the 1 year mark, or maybe
Right.
a little bit beyond that. Can you share with us how you're doing and how you're feeling?
I feel wonderful, doing great, and I had a big scare last year, and it started with the diagnosis of prostate cancer, but they thought it was a kidney cancer also, and it was quite an ordeal. Unfortunately, it ended up just being just a really severe case of kidney stones, but I did have prostate cancer.
Okay, and I noticed too that you're using a cane now.
Yes, yes, yes. This is down to the end of it though, because I have been on crutches for at least 3 months. What has happened is that during radiation treatment for prostate cancer, it damaged my lymph nodes. And it took 3 months after that for them to determine what that situation was. And what triggered it was I had an accident and fell and broke my leg. And then when I went to the oncologist, they said, "Well, did you break both legs?" I said, "No, no, just this one." She said, "Well, both of your legs are swollen." So they immediately had me to go to the emergency room and did every test you could think about: heart test, blood clot test, lung test, everything. Couldn't find out what it was. So finally, a orthopedic surgeon says, "You have lymphedema," and that was the diagnosis. And then finally, we got it under control that my swelling would go down in both legs. But I was wearing sandals with socks
Yes, I noticed that.
all summer.
I noticed that at several of the meetings. I didn't know what was going on there because I thought it was initially just a broken leg. And so,
Right.
what is the treatment? Is there treatment
It,
for?
it is, and it has gotten much better over the last 3 months. They gave me a step down steroid. It starts at a certain level, and then the steroids step down. So the swelling has gone down 80% in both my legs. And what ends up happening is that I still have a minor form of arthritis in that knee and leg joint that I had the accident on. And by the end of the day or so, I just get tired, and then that's why they see me with the cane. But through rehab, I think I'll be completely off the cane by December or so.
By December, so
Right,
okay. Well,
right.
that's good. That's very good news. What kinds of activities have you been doing in terms of treatment and recovery, rehabilitation? Are you running?
Right.
Are you running yet?
I can't run,
Okay.
but I can walk, and I stay busy here all day long as a full-time mayor. But I'm finally able to, within the last 2 weeks, walk the neighborhood. I'm bigger than I've ever been. I'm almost 260 pounds.
You gained weight.
The steroids will put weight on you and size on you like you will not believe. And I recently went to my 40th high school reunion, and they didn't even recognize me as being the same person because I'm 100 pounds bigger.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Now I'm just more than just a skinny kid from Macon, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
I'm a large man from Macon, Georgia.
Wow.
So, but I'm really encouraged as to the rehab that I've been going through. And, being a former athlete, I was still in pretty good shape to start with. But I can tell you, Mrs. Morgan, what gives me the most appreciation for this month, for Breast Cancer Month, it tells you how weak a species a man really is. Because what I went through with radiation and then rehabilitation is nothing what a woman goes through with breast cancer. Nothing. We're not even on the scale. So I have a fantastic appreciation for those women that are survivors, those that have gone through it, and I'm happy to be able to put the story out. For men, for prostate cancer, that we're not even on the same planet. with regards to how women recover from breast cancer.
Well, there are also too some men who have breast cancer.
Yes,
as
I
well.
found that out a couple of months ago. I wasn't one of them, but what I did find out, and I want people to know, is that it's not the cancer that kills you first. It is the treatment. Between radiation and chemotherapy, it will suck the life out of you. For me, you know, I've always considered myself a man's man. Until you get off of that metal table after they put that radiation on you, you are a little boy at that point. Yeah.
Well, you seem to still continue to push forward,
I do.
and I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better. Have you participated this month in any activities or
I've had
supporting?
two breast cancer walks, and one
Okay.
was at Arabia Mountain this past weekend. It was fantastic, and just the ability, the physical ability. So it's two things: the physical ability, and then your mental adjustment. That's why women with this month, I support it wholeheartedly because I've gone through a similar situation, and I've recognized what strength it takes for people to go on that's been afflicted by this terrible disease. The thing with me is that I felt, even after my announcement, I only missed half a meeting in a year,
That's
and
what I
that
was
was
saying.
that
Okay.
night. The night I made the announcement, I was just exhausted because what people didn't know is that once you're on a radiation table and then you come off of that table, it takes two people to get you off the table, and then you struggle back to your car. And quite frankly, I had to keep the windows down in the winter just so that I wouldn't get sleepy coming back to City Hall. But I wasn't going to let one day go by that I didn't serve, that I didn't take care of the citizens, and I didn't keep my word with regards to what needed to happen. So, but God brought us through it, brought our family through it, brought me through it, and I am built to last, and I know it.
Just like the battery.
Just like the battery. That's right.
Well, it's been so good to speak with you today and to get caught up. You look great.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sure that women and men as well. I'm sure that they appreciate the fact that you're an advocate for health, and we appreciate that too as well.
Thank you
And
very much.
thank you
very
so much for being here. Is there anything that you wanted to say?
Well, one is that what takes you through this is two things. One, my wife and kids just stood by me, just unbelievable. And without Debbie, I just wouldn't have made it through this path. And two is that I only have really a small regret. I should have taken some time off because that really wore me down. But I just kept at it. I just powered through it. And the only thing that I can't do, even now in campaign season, I can't go door to door. But I do get an opportunity to have to meet the mayors, to ask the mayors, the forums, and I communicate, impersonal in that way. But I wish I could, do those things. But I'm at a physical limitation now. But I'll get back to that.
That's good. That's great. Well, again, we appreciate your being here, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.